for you. As a new director sportif on the new team ASTANA, what big challenges do you see for you and your team? One short term, one long term. Do you want to translate?
T'as compris? Comme nouveau directeur sportif d'Astana, quels sont les challenges, comment on dit ça, les challenges, les défis, sur le courte place et long terme?
The first focus this year is Paris-Nice. Paris-Nice with Alberto and Tirreno with Andreas Clauden. And before this we have Tour de Californie with your Liva National Liva, I don't know. Sorry, I come from France.
Very good, I say.
But of course we sing, these three guys they sing a lot about the Tour de France.
A lot.
Beautiful. You know, we have to, at this point, we have to add translator to the long list of credits behind the name Johan Bernier.
Thank you for that.
Maestro Galopin, what can you say about the support and cooperation you've received here from the Albuquerque community?
I think Albuquerque is very nice. It's a very nice place. It's high altitude. Altitude is very nice for the training. We have a nice road. We have some good climb, and especially for the first time in my life, I have 2 cars of police. Sometimes 3, 4, even sometimes yesterday 5 with the press. It's the first time in my life. Huh?
Johan, Team ASTANA just keeps looking stronger and stronger. And, you know, there's more. There are more people to tell you about who are on this team, who are incredible talents. But despite the fact that you do so many things and speak so many languages and all of this, and you've had an unbelievable career, you didn't always win. And we have a short clip of you discussing one of those instances. Can we please roll that video quickly and save me?
It's sometimes about coincidences in life, things that happen. And I have 2 very important moments in my career. And one of them is with Eki. Eki was a time trialist, and I was a time trialist as a professional. And when I was at the beginning of my career, Eki was just past professional. He came from Russia, and he was a big champion with their pro. And there was a big race at the end of the season that's called the Grand Prix des Nations. It was like the World Championships time trial. And the first time I did it, it was at the end of the season, and I was not in good shape, but I was forced by my team to go there. And the guy who started behind me was Ekimov, young professional also. And I think it was like every 3 minutes apart. And Eki caught me and passed me. So basically, he made me look ridiculous that day. And a few years after, the same race was in a different place, but it was still called the GP Nations. I won that race. And guess who was second? Ekimov.
And as Johan said in the clip, it's about how things happen in coincidences, like how old adversaries become allies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a competitive cycling god, director sportif for the new team ASTANA. Please give it up for Vyacheslav Ekimov.
This evening, in this nice place, and we hope we're gonna introduce you some new faces, and they become probably one of your fan club members, and we try to stay in your heart forever with this team, this brand new team ASTANA.
footage of Santiago's journey and where you came from and how you got here. So let's watch the clip. Let's make some noise for Santiago. You'll understand why.
My entire life, I was overweight, so I was looked at. I would never fit in with the cool kids. You know, I was never in with the cool crowd. I never had any girls ever interested in me. And you know, for someone going through those developing years in their life, it's very difficult because they want to fit in. They even just want to be said hello to. And I was never like that. I was always a pretty much loner inside, playing with my computers, doing stuff. And then right around my 18th birthday, my mom fell to. She had alcoholism and she died. And at that point, I really fell into a deep, dark depression. And the weight came on, and then they started talking about if you don't change the way you live, you're really going to have serious, serious issues. When I started racing, I realized that I had a little bit of advantage over my competitors just because my body's used to pushing through this massive mass. And when I started riding a bike, I was over 300 pounds. And then a year later, I'm down to 250. And then a year later, I'm down to 200. And that's when I decided to risk it all and go to the Johan Bernal Cycling Academy and to see if I had what it took to really become a cyclist. Once I arrived, they looked at me like, whoa, this is going to be some work. My first season in Europe wasn't ideal. However, at the end of my stay, I told them my story, and then they said, okay, we want to work with you again. And when I came back the following year, I was ready to go. I was a real cyclist. When I was obese, I probably ate 6,000 to 7,000 calories a day. People tend to stress eat, and I was definitely a stress eater or a depression eater. It was a way of me kind of getting through the day. I would look forward to the next meal, and I would just gorge myself. Once I really set out to lose the weight, I first started not by changing what I ate, but just eating less amounts. And once I noticed there was a slight change, then I started refining it and realized that I really need to lose the weight, I really need to change my diet. So I cut out things like sodas and alcoholic beverages and pastas and fried stuff. I know everybody gets a craving for the Whopper and the McDonald's and stuff like that, but if they saw and they sampled some of the things that I create in my own kitchen and some of the things that I eat, they would realize that it is actually a better way of life. To the young people out there, I would say, don't ever accept things for the way they are. If I can change my destiny, anybody can change their destiny. Even, when I played high school football, my teachers, even my own parents, they said I would never achieve anything like I'm achieving today, especially with the bike. So every time I'm on the bike, I really think about proving them wrong. So I tend to train harder, live better than anybody else out there because I have this motivation. And now, I still bring up the people who said I couldn't do it, especially when I'm racing, because it gives me a certain type of anger, a certain type of edge that allows me to really race hard and really do well. And that is what I think about on the bike, and that is why I wake up every morning and get on the bike.